Everyone, you are running with the runners. It's Tuesday, September 5th, 2023. This is Michael Tharp, EDU. It starts with you. All right, tonight, guys, Ricardo is busy. He is busy vetting, researching the next big move we are about ready to do. And we will be bringing it to you very, very shortly in the next week or two. So we are going to be reaching out to people, to builders, to people who are ready to change their lives. And we're excited about where we are headed. But he is busy doing that. But we wanted to make sure we bring you guys some value today. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of be giving you guys the knowledge, the education that I've learned over the last few decades. For those of you that don't know, I was a history, government, and economics teacher for about 17 years. I love finance. I love studying it. I love helping people. So I came up with my top 10 tips. And, we love focusing on mindset, but these are going to be tangible steps you can take right now to get your financial house in order. You guys see what is happening in the economy. Most people are predicting it's going to continue to get worse. The stock market's going to go down. Inflation's going to continue. Real estate might be in trouble here. So I'm going to give you guys 10 steps you can take now to get your financial house in order with what is coming. So we're going to get right into this, guys. And everything in that we're going to talk about tonight is in the Runners app. Okay. Those links are down below, no matter where you're watching, YouTube or Facebook. So 10 tips to financial freedom. Number one, guys. Okay. I don't agree with Dave Ramsey on a lot of things, but this is one of them. You must have a written budget, point blank, period. If you do not have this right now, there is no way you will ever be successful. You must have a written budget. Okay. Now, this is the one that I built a long time ago that I've been using for a long, long time. Okay. I can, I'll put this in the Runners Facebook group. The link's down below. Okay. And it's all set up. So you have your income over here on the left, right? If you just have a job, right? Let's just say you have a job and you make $4,000 a month. Okay. Hit enter, you put that in there. So now you see over here on the right, you have your cash flow. All right. Let's say your mortgage is 1,000, which is very hard to do these days. Okay. So you can see now that cash flow just went to 3,000. All right. Let's say your property taxes, you pay it, usually you pay your property tax obviously the whole year. Let's say it's monthly. Let's say it's $100, which would be amazing. It's probably way more than that, right? I pay $60 for internet, right? Actually, I don't have cable, but I do have YouTube TV. So that's $60. Okay. So you can see my cash flow is going down there every time I put this in here. And then, we have your recurring Netflix, Spotify, Disney, right? And this is something I built in of, manifesting what you want, your vacation, your splurge, your giving, your dream, your side hustle, spending money on your business, your groceries. Let's say that's 400, which you probably are almost eating nothing and clipping coupons. Your electricity's $80. Your gas, depending on where you live, let's just say that's 80 as well. So this is all just set up for you guys, right? So we can go back here. Now we're down to 2,220. All right. So if you guys want this, just join the Runners app. I'll post it today. You can do your savings, your living, and all types of stuff like that. But the main point is, guys, is you have got to have a monthly budget or you're just not going to be successful at all. All right. Number two, you must have a minimum of 2 bank accounts. And I'm going to tell you guys why. Okay. Let's say you have your main bank account, your bills are paid from. That's where you spend your money or whatever. I'm not big on saving in dollars, but you obviously need like at least $1,000 emergency fund. Again, Dave Ramsey does get some things right. Okay. So here's what you do. Let's say my main bank account is Chase. All right. I'm going to set up another account that I never look at. I don't even want a debit card from it. I don't even want checks from it. This is my emergency account. So let's say you have $0 in savings right now. Start sending $20 a month to some other bank account. So let's just say, for example, because I know Huntington, I'm going to open up a Huntington account. I'm not going to get a debit card. I'm not going to get checks. I'm going to go to my Chase account and set up an automatic transfer every month, even if it's just $20. Every month, $20 will go from Chase to Huntington. And the only way for me to get that money from Huntington is to go physically into the bank because it's an emergency fund. Okay. You cannot have your checking and savings in the same bank because if you see that what is in that savings, you will eventually spend it. Okay. And actually, I did this the best. I found a credit union that didn't even allow transfers to other banks. So the only way to get my money out of that credit union was to physically go in the bank and say, hey, I want to withdraw, whatever money I would need. I never needed it, but you need a bank that's out of sight, out of mind, so you do not spend that money because it's there for an emergency. And like I put in the description today, I think it's like 56% of people in America cannot cover $1,000 emergency. So you want to cover that you want to get at least $1,000 in that savings account so you're not freaking out, right? And this is a lot of people I know are in this situation where they are literally every day is just survival. Like they literally are scared, freaking out. They have anxiety. Can I pay this? Can I pay that? Once you know you have that $1,000 in that emergency fund, it will allow you to operate on a much higher level. All right. Number 3, you must get paid when you spend money. Okay. Now, most of the time, traditionally, this involves getting a credit card. So whether I'm going to get 1% or 2% when I get a credit card. Now, the problem with this, of course, is people are not disciplined. They take a credit card, they go out, they start spending it. So if you struggle with that, do not carry your credit card with you. Only set up your automated bills that you can pay with that. Okay. Like, so maybe if your cable, your internet, use that on your credit card, but don't use it for spending money. Don't take it to, the club, the bar, going out to dinner, going on vacation, unless you know that you have that money that you can pay it off every single month. Now, we do have a debit card in the app that allows you to double your purchasing power, which is huge. The fact that you can get rewarded without using credit, without putting yourself at risk and paying all that high interest and getting backed up is huge. So you want to make sure you are making money every time you spend money or getting rewarded for it. But you got to be smart about it because so many people struggle when it comes to credit cards. All right, guys, I'm going to talk about this. Okay. You must buy silver every single month. I don't care if it's just 1 ounce. Okay. 1 ounce of silver is like 32, 33 bucks right now. All right. So you need to do that. Anyone can do that. If you're an 18-year-old working at McDonald's, you can buy 1 ounce of silver a month. I wish I would have started this earlier. I wish I would have done that. I mean, literally, when I got my first job in like 96, an ounce of silver was $5. If only somebody would have told me this back then. If only there were companies where every month I can just get silver shipped to my house automatically, one time, set it and forget it, put your wealth on autopilot. So 1 ounce of silver a month. I don't care what the price of silver is. Put a video out on that today. It's rigged. Nobody cares. Get 1 ounce, at least 1 ounce of silver a month. Number 5, buy Bitcoin every day, guys. I wish I would have done this. I've been in the crypto space for 7-8 years now. I should have been doing this from the very beginning. If I would have only done this, I would be in such a better position. Okay. Again, this is in the Runners app. You do one time, set it up to your bank account. Okay. I buy $20 of Bitcoin every day. So once a week, they pull $140 from my bank account. And then every day they buy $20 of Bitcoin. This is called dollar cost averaging, or DCA. So I don't care what's going on in the market. I'm buying Bitcoin every single day. You can start this with $1 a day. You can buy $1 of Bitcoin a day. They'll pull $7 from your bank account once a week and buy $1 of Bitcoin a day. I have not done the math, but I guarantee you, if you would have started that 5-6 years ago, you would be sitting pretty right now. Anyone can do this. Again, guys, $1 of Bitcoin a day, 1 ounce of silver a month. That's it. Anyone can do that. That's literally less than $60 a month. All right. That's, as Ricardo would say, that's more than a bad day. All right. This one's huge. If you work for a living and you get a W-2, you must have at least one home-based business. I don't care if you make money on that home-based business. I don't care if you tell a soul. The IRS says all you have to do is have an intention to make a profit. So if you want to make more money, get a home-based business, you are going to save so much money on taxes. Okay, we have one home-based business. We have multiple home-based businesses that are $10 a month. So $120 a year, you have a home-based business. If your purpose is to make a profit, the amount of money you're going to save on taxes is in the thousands, easy, if not more. But the number of people who have W-2s, who have normal jobs, and do not have a home-based business, you are literally just telling the government, please take my money. So if you have a W-2 without a home-based business, you're basically writing the government a letter every year saying, hey, government, can you please take more of my money in taxes? All right. And again, it doesn't matter if you make money or have success with that home-based business. It's about the tax write-offs. All right. Thank you for everyone on right now. April Johnson, you're welcome. I think you were talking about the budget. Good to see my brother Cole from down under. And yeah, Alan, I know you are big on home-based businesses, saving money on taxes. That's what this is about. Make sure you guys are checking your credit score monthly. Okay. And you want to keep your credit usage under 30%. What do I mean by that? I have a ton of credit card, guys. I want to be honest with you. I have a bit of an issue. These are the ones I don't even use. Okay. These are the ones not even in my money clip. So let's say you have $10,000 of credit. You have 2 credit cards with a $5,000 limit. You don't want to have more than $3,000 on your credit card at one time. Okay. Once you go over that 30% limit or credit usage, your credit score is going to start to drop, because the credit card companies or the Equifax and all those people are going to be like, oh my gosh, he's over 30% of what he can even borrow. So this is why I like to have a lot of credit cards. I have no idea what my usage is. It's probably hundreds of thousands of dollars, but I have, I don't even get close to 30%. So that's why, again, you got to be careful with credit cards, of course, but if you have them, right, you open up that credit limit so your credit usage can go up. So if I have $100,000 of credit I could borrow, I want to keep it below 30 grand. All right. Now, this one should have actually been at the top, but as you guys know, with Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, it all comes down to mindset, right? And most of the people I talk to and I try to help them get out of, poverty or living, struggling daily life, they believe it's not possible. Oh, I'll never be wealthy. They just literally manifest struggle. Oh, I come from this family. Oh, I'm this, skin color. I come from this area, this zip code. I'll never, have success, be wealthy. That's the number one thing. That's the whole point of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? Is you have to start thinking like rich and the wealthy do, not believe everything's going to go against me. I'm going to continue to struggle. If you believe that it's true, there's nothing I can do to help you. This tips doesn't matter if your mindset does not shift. All right, I know this is a little controversial, and all the Dave Ramsey people are going to hate me, but this is one of the worst thing I think Dave Ramsey teaches. Do not pay off loans early that are under a 5% interest rate. And that's today. It used to be lower. I used to say 3% back in the good old days when inflation wasn't 7 to 9%. That's just what the government says. Okay. The real inflation rate is probably like 16 to 20%. So let's just to break this down. Okay. Let's say I owe $1,000. Let's say 10,000. Okay. Because thousands not much. Let's say I owe $10,000 and I have a 4% interest rate. Okay. Well, inflation, according to the government's like 8%. It's really probably closer to 15. So let's say I win a $10,000 lotto, right? Why would I take that $10,000 right now and pay off that loan when the dollars I just won on the lotto are worth more now than they ever will be in the future? So I would be giving up the dollars when they're worth the most, right? Versus just making the minimum payment and taking that extra 10,000 I have and investing it and making more money. Okay? Don't get caught up in this all debt's bad. Not all debt is bad. It depends on the environment, it depends on the debt, it depends on the interest rate, right? And these are the things we're going to be teaching you on how to have the right people in your corner, the right experts, places where you can go and talk to experts in this field and say, okay, here's my debt. How do I get rid of it? Give me a plan. And we're going to show you guys how to do all of that. And 5% is kind of loose. Like it actually might even be more now because inflation is so crazy. But my point is, for example, I've seen multiple YouTube videos that if you have like a traditional, what used to be a traditional interest rate on a mortgage, like 3, 4, 5%, okay, you actually get paid to keep that loan because of inflation. Does that make sense to you guys? If anyone's out there, Mark or Alan. So if I go and just pay off that loan, I'm missing out on tax advantages from the interest write-offs. Plus, I'm missing out on the opportunity cost, right? Let's say my mortgage is $200,000 and I go ahead and I have $200,000 cash and I just pay it all off, right? So I just took that $200,000 at the moment in time it's worth the most and spent it all and gave it all away. I have no opportunity to use that to leverage to make more money. And let's say 10 years down the road, if I only made the minimum payments on that mortgage, I'm still making my payment every month, but every month my money is worth less, but I'm still making the same payment. So if my payment's $1,000 a month, I'm going to pay $1,000 this month, the next month, and so on and so forth. So 3 years down the line, that $1,000 is worth way less, but that's the payment I make. This is kind of the whole reason the financial system prints money, right? Is to get out of their bad debt. Because the money in the past is always, I'm sorry, I shouldn't even be using the word money. The dollars in the past are always worth more than the dollars in the future. All right, guys. And the last one, okay? You must join/build a network that makes more money than you. Okay. If you want to get wealthy, if you want to live a better life, you have to start hanging around, talking to, interacting, spending time with people who are making more money to you. Ricardo and I were on a phone call, actually a Zoom yesterday, with a person making about, I think, 500,000 a week, or was it a month? It was a month. Okay. If you can get in circles where people are making 500 grand a month, your life will change. Okay. I don't care if you got to shine their shoes, get them a drink, whatever you got to do. If you can get in the room with somebody making 500 grand a month, get in that room as often as you can, right? If they're going to say something, I'm going to be there. If they're having a meeting, I'm going to be there. And I've seen this happen in my own life of, before I got into this field, it was, I was hanging around people making under 100 grand. I didn't know anyone. I didn't hang out with anyone making over 100 grand. Very rarely. I had, a couple of friends who were doctors and such, probably making 200, 300 maybe, right? But they were busy all the time. They couldn't enjoy life. They were on call. They had to do all this stuff, right? Now I could pick up my phone and call 20 people right now I know who make over 100 grand a month because I changed and shifted my network. I started providing value and connecting people who dreamed bigger and weren't stuck on, oh, got to go to my job tomorrow. All right. And obviously, there's nothing wrong with working. There's nothing wrong with having a job. But even if you are delivering, taking out trash or whatever it is, cleaning up, a dog kennel, get connected to people who are dreaming bigger, doing more, and you will be shocked how quickly your mindset, life, income will change. So, guys, let's see if we have anyone. Obviously, Markiplier's here is on fire. Everyone in America needs a home-based business unless they literally want to throw money out the window. And I think Mark has used the example before of like, if you don't have a home-based business, every time you go to work, just take $20 bills, just take a $20 bill, throw it out the window. That's what you're doing when you don't have a home-based business. All right. We're going to keep it real short here, guys. We have to get to work. We are getting to work. Okay. You're about to see us do something you have never seen us do before. We are about to launch something and help so many people. I've never seen such value in any company we've ever done before. So I'm excited for what is coming. We love you guys. We appreciate you. The kids are back in school. I hope everyone had a great Labor Day weekend. But with what is happening in this economy, we want to make sure that everyone who's following us, everyone who has been running with us is going to be protected and educated in the next year as we get ready for the Bitcoin halving, guys. Okay. If you didn't see my short today, you guys need to pay attention. Okay. There's going to be negative energy trying to draw you into the economy, right? We're the politics, elections coming up, right? You're going to get drawn into the election and red versus blue. And, you're going to be like, oh, the inflation's bad. Oh, the economy. Oh, we're worried about this. No, guys, the next 10 months is when you need to double down and focus on what really matters. March 2024 is a Bitcoin halving. If you have been following us at any time, we talk about this. Okay. You want to get as much crypto as possible by June of this year and get ready for the huge bull run that's coming. And we're going to explain to you guys, and we told you guys last bull run, when to sell, when to exit the market. I'm telling you guys right now, the next 10 months is when you want to be accumulating cryptocurrency as much as possible. All right. And if you guys are in our Telegram, I've posted what I buy every week. If you're not sure what to do, just start with Bitcoin. All right. Yes, I agree, Alan. Markiplier is definitely the man. Yes, Mark. June of 2024. So the Bitcoin halving is in March of 2024. So when the halving happens, usually it doesn't just shoot right up. So basically like 2 to 3 months though is when it'll start rising. So get your buys in by March or June of 2024, because that's when it's going to go off the rails. Actually, let me go. I'll give you guys one more tip before I leave. Yeah, it's the halving, Alan. So it means the amount of Bitcoin the miners gets cut in half. All right. So, you guys can come here. All right. Here's the years. Let me get rid of this. Okay. So you can see here, obviously, when it's in the blue, you want to buy. Okay. You can go back to Bitcoin for when it started. This went up to like $80. Then it comes down. Then it goes up from the halving, right? Then it comes down, goes up. Okay. This was the peak. It's in the red. That's when you want to sell. All right. And that was $1,000 Bitcoin in 2014. Then it comes all the way down to, 200-ish in the blue. You'd want to buy. Then it kind of just slowly goes up. We have the halving. Now Bitcoin. This is when I got into Bitcoin. Goes up to 20 grand in 2017. Then it comes back down. It's in the blue here. And actually, that was COVID right there. Yep. Then we had the Bitcoin halving. That was in June of 2020. I remember that. And then we take off. We get into the red. We have our double dip. Okay. Now we're back in the blue. Okay. This is, 16 grand when I was buying. Okay. We might dip back into this dark blue, but here's the Bitcoin halving March of 2024. Okay. So we might, we'll just kind of go like this. Maybe we go down a little bit, whatever. But come June, look what happens after the halving. Up, halving, up, halving, up. Okay. And obviously, when that happens with Bitcoin, the rest of the market follows. All right. So again, guys, the next 10 months could change everything. And guys, I mean, I say minimum, we're looking at 150 grand Bitcoin, and the rest of the market will go off as well. But, we're definitely going to blast past the 69,000, all-time high we had right around here. And again, guys, this is why I'm saying at least buy $1 of Bitcoin a day. All right. And Markiplier's here with some good knowledge. Everyone should be focused on tax savings right now till December 31st. There's 2 tax seasons, tax paying season and tax saving season. That's where we are now. Couldn't agree more, Mark. And we're going to be bringing you guys lots of more information and education on taxes, getting, expert advice and how to bring, the value there so you don't wonder, right? And we don't have to build it all. So I'm excited to bring this to everyone, bring it to the runners, and give you guys that real financial literacy that we need to help people. Because having worked in the education system for 17 years, it is a damn shame what we teach students about money, financial literacy, credit, interest, taxes. Okay. It's almost like there's a conspiracy to keep people out of the loop or in the dark when it comes to financial literacy and financial freedom. And the runners are about to change that, because too many people are struggling for absolutely no reason when we should be living in abundance and not in scarcity as our landlords and puppets and overlords want for us. All right. So make sure you guys are in the Telegram, in the Facebook group, because we're going to be launching something huge, bigger than we've ever done before. All right. Thank you, everyone who showed up tonight. We'll see you guys next week. Lace up. Let's get wealthy.